Hello student, this is ME315 vibration lab. This is an experiment of a free and forced vibration of a cantilever beam I am going to explain here. So this is the lab manual for this experiment. So here you need to take two conditions. One is a free vibration, another is forced vibration. So two type of beam you can get here. One is a mild steel bar, one is a aluminum bar. This is condition is cantilever. So by we are going to collect the vibration data with this NI4432 USB device with a LabVIEW software. Okay. Next, quickly I can go this one. This is the NI4432 USB device, which is you can use for collection of that vibration data with respect to time. Okay. So we are using one sensor that is called accelerometer. Okay, from accelerometer we are going to collect this vibration data uh, uh, from that beam. Okay, from that selected beam by giving an initial unbalanced force. Okay, okay. Next, so this is the vibration. This is the equipment setup of this for free vibration of cantilever beam. So you need a one NI USB 4432 hardware, one PC with LabVIEW software, and then accelerometer. This is the serial number of this accelerometer is 4395, or you can take a 4396 accelerometer. And in cantilever beam, where you can select whether for mild steel or aluminum material. First you take mild steel, then you can take the aluminum material, and clamping attachment is there. So this is the arrangement. You can PC is there for which LabVIEW software, NI data acquisition system is there, and you need to connect the accelerometer. Okay. So this is the accelerometer. Okay, accelerometer you can connect like this. End of this cantilever beam you can connect like, and this is a magnetic base for mild steel. You can automatically fix due to magnetic effect. And this is the wire where it is going to this NI DAQ device. Okay. So this is the figure. This is the end point where we are going to connect our accelerometer, and that wire of that accelerometer connect that USB 4432. Okay. So this is the image of that system of cantilever beam, MS mild steel beam. So this is the accelerometer, and this is clamping. Okay, and this wire going to that NI DAQ device. So this is the three bar image where first two was the aluminum, and third one is the mild steel. Okay. So this is the block diagram. I will show in the video how to make this block in LabVIEW. Okay. These are the graphs. Well, for collecting the amplitude and with respect to frequency of your accelerometer, which is connected to your cantilever beam. Okay. So from that graph, actually you need to find out the frequency and vibration, that is amplitude of the graph, and you need to measure the natural frequency of that particular beam. And from time and versus data, you need to find out the amplitude at nth number of cycle, means what will be the number of cycle you are going to consider in your graph. That number of cycle you need to put your data accordingly in your calculation. So you need to calculate logarithm decrement and damping factor. So logarithm decrement, this one, and that one, damping factor, this formula is given here. So delta, this is for this one, logarithm decrement, and damping factor epsilon is given this one. So you can get delta from here, you can put here, you can get this one. Okay. So from that amplitude versus time domain graph in that LabVIEW software, you can get this data from that graph from the PC. This height you can get from the graph. You can take the x naught value, and for this first cycle and second cycle x1 you can take from your graph, and third one you can get from here. Like that you can get according to your whatever you get signal, number of consideration of your cycle, that, and now say this graph is up to x3, or you can take x4 up to, then that x4 value you need to put here in this xn, and this x naught you can first value of the amplitude you can put here. Okay, that by that way you can get the delta. This one you can get after getting delta, this epsilon in value you can get from here. Okay, now I'm going to show you the video how actually perform. Okay, this is the video presentation of demonstration of this free vibration experiment. So take a look. So first you need to select the lab view, open the lab view software. This type of interface will be appear like that. So you need to select the blank one, and this two window will be pop up. This one you can make your the block diagrams to control this, to acquire the data. First you need to select the input. You are getting input from the DAQ, DAQ assistance. From the DAQ assistant, additional setting you have to do. So you need to acquire the signal. These are the analog signal from coming from this accelerometer. So you need to select this acceleration from this settings. Then acceleration, after clicking that, some these are the port numbers for that particular USB which is connected to our PC, the 4432. We are connected with BNC connector with AI0 port. So that port you need to select in this software. So I am selecting from here. So click it to finish. Then this is the USB device, NIDAQ, which is our accelerometer is connected to AI0 port. So click it finish here. Now this setting will be appeared. This setting is for this particular type of accelerometer. Say you are using 4395 or 4396. Accordingly, we have one calibration chart for that. For that calibration chart, you can set the you can check in the calibration chart what will be the sensitivity of that your particular sensor, and measuring unit what is mentioned there. Accordingly, you need to put here like this. Okay, this is the accelerometer we have. You try to look closer that some numbers are there. This is 4396. Okay, and this is the serial number. Accordingly, we have one calibration chart for this particular sensor. So you need to look there and find out the sensitivity value. Okay, so this is the arrangement. We have a beam. We fix one this accelerometer and here in the open end. This is the A0 AI0 port is connected this with this VNC connector. So these things. So this is the calibration chart we have. This is the calibration chart. So here you have to see the serial number. This is the serial number of that accelerometer, and this one, and sensitivity. This one 9.39 point. This one in millivolt per millisecond. This one, and this is 97.4 millivolt per gram. So this value we are taking in millivolt per gram. So this value we need to put there. Again, okay, take a closer look. This is the sensitivity value. So this is sensitivity value we are going to put here. This one we already put it, and the sample rate we are changing to 220K. Okay, so this is DAQ assistance block is ready. Now for next block we are using this graphical interface for collecting our uh, accelerometer data with a graph interface. You select the graphical interface, where you need to select this one XY value. This graph will, it will give us the amplitude versus time domain graph. Okay, of that our system, our setup. Okay, so here output you need to measure the with this right measurement block, where you can give your file name, where your accelerometer and data with this related to your damping or vibration, where it will collected with respect to time. Okay, this is the file we are giving a name to collect our data, to finding out the natural frequency, damping frequency, part of our experiment. The file name is saved. Okay, so this block is ready. Now we need to connect all those things from data acquisition. We just click it to here and connect to here like this for collecting this data, and for right measurement additional line will be put here. For execute control, you need to select a while loop in total covering all those blocks to run it continuously with a while loop. Then you can give a jerk here, or you can strike by a hammer for initial vibration. So you can click here running, and you go to graph, you can get this type of amplitude versus time graph. Again we need to give another impact or jerk. Okay, see these things you are getting like this data from this accelerometer. So this finished first one is x naught, and numbers of cycle still coming in this graph. You can consider the last value for xn. Okay, so you can pause this type of this graph and you can do your calculation with this values. So amplitude you can find like that. So files after that you can get your data by this type of already we give a name of a particular file. In that file you can get the accelerometer data with respect to time. It will take time. So this is the graph. I again show you. This is the graph. You can click it. So after some time, uh, when it comes to damping, this will look like this. For initial jerk, it will look like a thin line. Now it is about to damp, so it is very high numbers of data is coming, like almost it is a straight line. Okay. Now wait a minute, let the file open. So this is the file. This is the file where you can get the accelerometer value with respect to time. Okay. So these values we are giving in a separate data sheet for your calculation purpose. Okay. So it will look like this. So this is the free vibration data table. We are giving you this data for calculating this logarithmic decrement, delta and epsilon, damping factor. These things we are giving you. So you need to do the calculations accordingly. Okay. After that you need to prepare your report. This is for aluminum bar, and this first these things are for this mild steel. Okay. So numbers of cycle here, see three cycle is considered here for mild steel. Two mild steel bars, one is 1.4, another is 3.3 mm. Aluminum two aluminum bar is there. So this is the thickness 1.1 and 3.3 accordingly. So like that you need to make the report from this. You can do the calculation simply, and you can also give a snap of that graph from the video, and you can write your report accordingly. Okay, let's move to the next part of our experiment, that is called force vibration. So this is the force vibration experiment. This is force vibration experiment. These are the equipment we require. Same thing, only you need to take one signal generator for giving the particular signal, and one power amplifier to amplify the exciter. Exciter means you need to excitation voltage. Initially we are giving by excitation giving by hammer or by hand. You can just give a tap and you can collect the data. This time we are giving through exciter. Okay, exciter, and frequency we are defining by some signal generator like the sinusoidal wave we are giving a particular frequency. You can set that accordingly. Your beam will be vibrate accordingly. Okay. So only the difference is we are using some exciter and signal generator for this force vibration experiment. Okay. Other collecting data signal through this accelerometer only. This is the accelerometer. These things. This is the exciter. You need to connect this string here by means of some threading arrangement. This is the beam, and you can collect the data of that excitation through accelerometer in the PC through LabVIEW software. Okay, so this is the arrangement. Force transducer. This one is an accelerometer. Wires you need to connect. Exciter string. This is for vibrating. Okay. So this is the one signal generator you can take for giving the initial frequency in respect to hertz per second per volt. So we are giving here in a video is ready for you. That video I am showing how to give a 10 volt excitation for that force vibration experiment. Okay. This is another transducer. Force vibration. This is the demonstration is given. You can read through this manual. These all manuals are provided to you through mail. Okay, this is the power amplifier to amplify that signal generation frequency to the exciter, because exciter need a high voltage, so you need to amplify the initial voltage from this amplifier. So sorry, from this signal generator. So this is the exciter again. So these are the objectives. These are the objectives you need to go through it. So you need to take the vibration data and then frequency graph, and measure the natural frequency of the beam, and then this graph will be vibration data amplitude and time graph. You need to find the time lag between the forcing and response, also in figure is shown. So finally you need to calculate the lag time and loss factor using following formula. These are the formulas are given. Okay, so this is the sample curve for this lag time, how to find out the initial this one, and one graph will be coming here. This is the time phase difference, this one and this one. You need to measure, you need to find out. Now I am going to show you the demonstration video for this experiment. Before moving to the experiment, I want to show the data sheet first. We have prepared a data sheet for you for force vibration. These are the same initial miles t with 1.4 mm thick. This is the frequency we have already measured. Time lag we have measured this one. You need to find this time lag, radian and loss factor. You need to find out only for different bars. Okay, different thickness bar, aluminum and miles t bar. Now I am going to move that experiment the video for this force vibration experiment. Okay, this is the video of that force vibration. Take a look. First you need to open that LabVIEW software. You need to do the block diagram, or we have already made a block diagram for this cantilever beam with force vibration. So this is the two graph, this one and that one. Okay, this is the block diagram. Initially how to set, I already shown the data system block. You need to just click it, and you can set the sensitivity according to what sensor you are using for collecting the acceleration. So sampling rate, what you want to put to get how many samples per second. So these things you need to set accordingly. We are using 4K. Then for saving in a particular folder for your data, so this we are using magnitude RMS value, and you can you can select this RMS value for the save to particular file. And this is the waveform. Two waveform is there. So this is first one for the excitation voltage. Excitation, how much excitation we are giving means for this video we are giving the 10 hertz per second per volt we are giving excitation from the exciter. So this is the accelerometer, and this accelerometer data you can get here, and the beam vibration and acceleration data you can two graph you can get there, and from that two graph you need to find out the phase difference between the two. Okay, So let's start. So this time we are not giving frequent strike or vibration by striking hand. This time it will automatically exciter will be giving the frequency vibration. Okay. These are the connections you can connect. The functions available in the LabVIEW software for connecting two wires together, and one amplifier is given with particular gain value. This thing I already shown to you. Two graphs is here, one for acceleration to measuring the phase difference, lag, how much lag to lag there. To run that this executable, and this whole file is put in a while loop. If you see, this is the two graph you can see here. See, this is the NI DAQ which is connected. Two wires are there. One is for accelerometer. One is I14, which is we are connected to our signal generator. So two graph we are getting there. One from accelerator A1 and another is for this one, function generator. Function generator we are giving how much is 10 hertz. Sorry, 10 hertz. 10 hertz per second output we are giving. This is connected to signal channel 1. Then that same channel 1 BNC cable connector is connected to amplify that voltage, because that voltage is very low. Amplify the voltage to giving this exciter. Now this exciter, this is the model. From this exciter you can excite our this excitation. This is going on, vibration is going on. So which this is connected by here with clamping arrangement, and this vibration data you can get in the PC. So last time we are giving by your hand, or you can also give initial vibration by hammer. So this time we are giving from the exciter, and same value whatever you get, you are getting in this graph. Okay. So these are the two graphs you can get: acceleration data, and this is sine. This one from the signal generator you can get those data. So this phase difference you can need to measure. Okay, x direction you need to measure this arrangement is there. You need to just click the mouse here. These two lines will be shifted here and here. Accordingly, you need to get this length here to this length. So you need to put in your data table. Okay. So here this excitation is given, which is given to 10 hertz. This is shown here. So accordingly, these data with respect to time you can get in a folder which is already we saved there. So this is how you just click at the mouse, you can get the data. It is shown here. Just click by your mouse and you can say you can do like this. You can get the data of this length. For accelerometer will value, you can get in that file of the PC, or this length you can get from here. Just count count this one. Also you can get in the below of this graph is shown how much it will be, 0.5 or 0.5 something will be there. That will value you can put in your calculations. Okay, the video already shown to you how to do the collect the data. So those colors data you can put in this formula: time lag and loss factor. So time lag, this was the formula. Okay. So omega is the excitation frequency. You can get omega, you can get from this one, this value, this graph from lag time. And I already shown the two graph how to find the time lag. This time lag you can find like this. Okay. So data table also given. This data table will be providing to you. Just you need to calculate this time lag and loss factor of this. system, and you can submit your report. And the graphs and all those things, you can take a snapshot or take a screenshot of this video. You can attach to your report and explain about that. Okay. So thank you. I hope you understand this video. If you have any doubt, you can directly write to us or ask a question in the live session. Thank you.